Hi, I'm so excited. Welcome. I've never tried a filter before, but I see one of my mentors, like one of my favorite mentors ever, Melanie Ann Lair. She likes to use filters, so I was like, I want a filter. I want to use a cute filter and see how, how I look, how cute and festive I feel. Hi, Jessica, Elizabeth, welcome. I mean, what do you think of my hat? Do you like my hat? Because I feel like I like my hat. Okay, I'm not sure that I can take myself seriously with this on. I need to, it looks, I don't know. Do I look ridiculous? Tell me if I look ridiculous. I feel like I look a little ridiculous. Send me the messages. Tell me the things. If you guys are signing on, welcome! And happy holidays, happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, the whole fucking thing. Happy all of it to you and your family. Happy New Year. Boom, 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 all of those things. If you're tuning on live, send me an emoji, a heart, say, hey girl, what's up? So I know that you're here. And where you are tuning in from. And if you are a newbie, and you've never joined me here before, welcome. I don't always wear my Santa Claus hat, but today I was like, I'm feeling lit up and really calm, just so amazingly calm at the same time. And I love the holidays. I love Christmas. It's my favorite time of year. Olivia, who is my co-host on Soul in the Raw, our podcast, constantly says that she thinks I am Christmas in a human. So I feel like this makes sense. I'm here for it. If I had my Santa hat with me, I would have it on, but I don't. So anywho, welcome. If you are a first timer, say I'm a first timer and let me know if you like my hat, because I like my hat. I'm here for it, and all these cute snowflakes, totally here for it. And if you're catching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. I love it. I love it so much. I can't see any of your comments though, which kind of sucks. So I'm going to go, okay. Taking it off, I can now see your comments. Hey, crazy lady, love you lots. Erica, I love you too, boo. I love you too. Justina, welcome. Kathy, happy holidays, she says. I love it. As you can see, I have zero makeup on this face this morning. You're seeing all of my freckles that most people don't get to see. My husband loves them, so I'm sharing them with you today. And Anastasia, is that how you say your name? My God, is that a beautiful name? So many beautiful names out in the Facebook world. So, anywho, welcome. I've taken my hat off. I'm here for, I guess, the adult. Leslie, my sister, is on. She says, I love those freckles. Freckles. Go freckles. Got them everywhere. Erica, you're adorable. Shush, freckles and all. Thank you so very much. As I was saying, there's a lot of energy going on over here. I think for most of us there is. Give me a, I agree, I feel you so much at this time of year. There's so much energy. We're all wired for sound on wow, I gotta go to this person's house. I gotta buy these gifts. There's just so much shit that goes on at this time of year. Francis, hey, welcome. And so for me personally, with my huge announcement, I promise I will get to it. For those of you that are tuning in and you do tune in with me, you know I like the build up. You know I like the dramas. I'm here for the drama. I bring it. I love it. And all of my drama people out there too, I'm here for it, and you as well. Mwah. Francis, love, amazing energy. Thank you. So I gotta do the build up. It's just the charm of me. And it's been such an amazing, my God, I want to say an amazing 7 years. Erica, you like Facebook Live foreplay. Girl, I love that so much. I'm going to steal that from you. I like the tease. I love the foreplay. Oh my God, that is brilliant, Erica. Facebook Live foreplay. Babe, I'm here for that. Woo! Yes, woman. Brilliant. So I want to say, I was telling you, I think it's been an amazing, 6 years of my life. The last 6 years of my life have been, a huge learning experience. And yes, I've been alive for 35 years, but the last 6 years have been this secret chapter within a book that nobody could have ever predicted. And hi, Pauline, welcome. And I've learned so many amazing lessons. I moved to a different state. I started my own business. And for those of you that don't know, I wrote a book. And the last 6 or so years of my life have been such a learning experience because not, that I've made more money than I ever thought possible in the shortest time frame of my life in starting a business. It's like, I can't believe I did that. Yes, universe, more, please. But I've learned so much about myself. And so my big, huge announcement that most of you know, but some of you don't, is that Infertility Sucks You Don't is officially done. She's done. And it makes me so emotional. It just makes me so emotional because the experience has been such a wonderful journey of self-discovery, of self-recognition, of owning who I want to be and take responsibility for my life. Rhonda says, hey, Shannon, what up, Rhonda? And a part of this amazing process is I never wrote a book before. I don't know how to write books. I mean, I guess I do because I just fucking did it. But is that I found within me the ability to do things that I didn't know, right? And I was also willing to take this experience that grossly impacted my life, my husband's life, my family's life, my friends, my friendships, my business, how I showed up every single place in the world, and was able to find a way to learn from it. And the thing that amazes me about this is that oftentimes we don't do that. Oftentimes we run scared. Oftentimes we put the kibosh on it and say eventually it will reveal itself to us. But recently, I've been going through so many morphs of my life. I've been allowing myself to learn and grow in different ways and to end relationships that I was using as a comfort, right? A big, warm, comfortable blanket to put around me that keeps me safe because it's the things that I know. And I went through several iterations of this in the past few months. Some of you know I launched Shadow Work Academy, which is an impetus of everything that I learned inside of this experience. Never thought about launching and let alone teaching my own program. It all comes down to who I was and my ability to learn from this experience and allow myself to see what it has taught me about myself and about life and to impart and share that with the world. And a part of this learning and growth in this morphology phase that I'm in right now is realizing that I've outgrown some relationships. Not in my perspective, in my opinion, when you outgrow and you morph beyond a relationship, it doesn't mean that something bad happened. It doesn't mean that, oh, I have to hate you now and you have to hate me. It just means that you're different, you're growing, you see something for yourself, trust it and move on. But just like throughout this entire experience of writing this book and going through the experience that prompted me and encouraged me to see inside myself and share it and want to share it with the world, I had a lot of interruptions, a lot of obstacles, a lot of things that I've encountered, both physical and personal and mental in my life. And as I'm getting through these last few stages of writing the book and figuring it all the fuck out on my own, I didn't have anyone guiding me through it. I just trusted. I just trusted that I could figure it out. I trusted that I could do it no matter what happened. I trusted that I gave a deadline. I want this book to be out by December 24th. Come hell or fucking high water, I will, because that's just the kind of person I am. I started to realize and look back over the trajectory of my life, and that is the shit that happens to me. Every single time I'm on the precipice of releasing something that is of magnanimous proportions, that's bigger than me, that the purpose is driven, just because I experience doesn't mean it's not to impart on the world and to share it. I'm always met with obstacles. As I mentioned Shadow Work Academy before, when I was launching Shadow Work Academy, it took me 60 days to get this thing up and running that I could have done in my mind in 48 hours. Obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. Money after money after money. And I was like, fuck no, I'm doing this. I believe it with every fiber of my being. It's taken me 2 years to write, produce, have multiple edits, and publish Infertility Sucks You Don't. But I've done it. And interestingly enough, over the past 2 months, I would say, as I was nearing the finish line with like, oh shit, now it's actually real. Now like people are going to read my words. People are going to hear my truth, see to the inside of me and my relationship with my husband and my family and the things that I have done that doesn't make me look glamorous, but makes me human. Fear. So much fear. And obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. Because while we're in the middle of doing something that's bigger than us or learning and growing in a way that's going to challenge us to be different and challenge us to grow, we still are presented with obstacles. So some of the obstacles that I had during this time was, explaining to my parents, who are very private people, that I was going to be sharing a lot of personal shit about myself. A lot of hard to hear things, a lot of very harsh and transparent truths about my marriage, about where I was in a depression. And believe me, they would have preferred if I just kept it to myself and maybe just told them about it or talked to my coach. But it just wasn't what I was feeling called to do. I recently started taking on, Paige, welcome. Lauren, welcome. I recently started taking on something new, learning about something new called my human design. And I've learned this is actually a part of who I am. If it's in my heart and I feel about it and it feels right to me, then that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I can't wait to learn more about human design so I can share it with you and all my clients. So I moved forward in that obstacle and said, I have to do this. Not that I have to, like anybody had this expectation on me, because not a lot of people knew I was fucking doing it. I was just like, I have to do this. One of the things that came through me in this feeling in my heart of hearts was, I really don't want to hurt anyone. I really don't want to be off-putting. I really don't want to do that because I love people. But this is the same reason why I'm doing it, is because sometimes we need to say the difficult things in service of love, in service of growth, in service of responsibility. And so I'm going to do it. I'm going to say the hard thing. Justina, with you on this, how I been waiting to launch month after month, giving myself a deadline. Let me see if I can click more on here, Justina. I hate that it doesn't let me see more of the comment, Justina. I'll have to go back and read it later. I hate that it doesn't let us do that on the live. But so that I have to, the feeling in my heart was not just about, I want to put my experience out there. That's great and all, but that's not, hi Trisha, that's not what it's all about. For me, as a coach, as a human, my purpose is love and connection. And this is something that needs a dialogue. And I've been talking out about it for the last 2 or 3 years and trying to get the word out there, but there's a part of it that I really want to be heard. And the part of it is that it's glamorous, it's glamorized, not just in infertility, in any struggle, in any facet of your life. Anyone, hear me when I say that, in your business, in your relationships, it's glamorized and it's popular to keep going because you said you would. Well, I'm not about that. I'm about staying and honoring your commitments and being in alignment with what energetically feels right and lights you up and sets your heart on fire. But if it doesn't feel right and it feels wrong, then listen to yourself. And so this book, I imagine, is going to be controversial. And it's not because I want to be, a shock jocker. It's not for shock and awe. It's my truth. I wished anybody would have came to me during my struggle and would have said, it's okay. You are not this thing. So if you decide to stop with the surgery and the drug injections and the doctor's visits every day and the money after money after money after money and the depression and beating yourself up, you're allowed. Because if you decide it and that's what your heart says, you're allowed. So in addition to, having to have this conversation with my parents and having that be a block, right? An obstacle to overcome. Had to have this conversation with my husband and let him know that I was going to be completely and utterly transparent in my communication in this book. I also had the fear of hurting other people and perception and what will they think, because I desperately don't want to hurt anyone, but I feel there is a need for truth everywhere, all the time, and I'm over the shock and awe, and I'm over the criticism and the judgment of somebody else's experience as they're living in it. Fuck that. You can write it down. You can quote me. I said it. I'm over it. I'm done with it. And I also had other relationships that were going on at this time. As I said, other coaching relationships and people having their opinions about the decisions that I was making. And a part of those decisions that I made to, move on into a new direction with my coaching, speak more openly and fluidly about, judging ourselves and going through a hard time, and people, not just women, but people standing up in their fire and being like, this is who the fuck I am. If you don't like it, that's fine, because I don't think I asked you. I stand for that. The other obstacle is people saying, I feel like you're being rash, or you're just, talking out and speaking out, and oh, you're making these rash decisions about your business, and oh, where's the fluidity? Where's the integrity? But it's not about you. So the huge announcement is Infertility Sucks You Don't is officially done. It's officially done. All of the pieces and the parts to this project are complete. I couldn't be more excited than to share it with you on Monday, December 24th. There have been so many lessons that I have learned going through this process, writing process on my own, because they're my words, editing process with assistance and help, seeking out assistance where I needed it, believing in myself that I didn't need to have anyone to tell me how to publish a book. And yeah, my goal is that it does get picked up by a publisher. My goal is to be on the New York Times bestseller list. My goal is to write another book because I already have another one in mind. So I speak it out into the universe. Tom says, can't listen live, but we'll certainly follow up on this. Yay, thank you. Justina, can't wait. Yay. Me, neither. Me, freaking neither, Justina. So the other little nuggets that I wanted to share with you is a part of my human design and things that I've been learning is that there are things about the online space that I love, and there are things about the online space that I don't love. And I am not a learner where I get on someone's live or I read through someone's content and it's like, here are the things you need to do, 1 through 5, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, pfft. Like, I'd rather take a nap. It does not resonate with me. I don't like it. And I've been trying to fight this dynamic of, oh, that's what people like. And the thing that I learned about my human design is that's not what I want to do. So I'm not going to do it anymore. My new wave of coming to you guys and sharing with you and coaching my clients, all of my clients know this too, is to normalize things, relate to you, speak from my experience, and impart things on you so that you can take them and institute them however you need. It's not to say you should be doing this or you're out of integrity with that. It's none of my business. Your responsibility to yourself is none of my business. I champion for you. I want you to win. I want you to love yourself. I believe you can love yourself, and I know it because I've done it. You have a hard time, you can overcome it if you want to. You want to quit your job and change your business, you can do it and be successful and make 6 figures in 6 months if you want to. You want to be a writer and publish a book, you can do it if you want to. But if you don't, it's none of my business. I support you, I cheer for you, I want you to win, but you got to want it too. And so that's the direction that I'm going to be going in and sharing with you guys. So the little nuggets that I want to share with you that I've learned from my journey over the past 6 years and being in what I consider the struggle of my life, the learning lesson of my life. I can't wait to see what's next. It's both terrifying and enlightening at the same time because I am no fool. I realize that going through what seems like the struggle of your life doesn't have to be the struggle of your life. There can be more struggles. And it's crazy to say to you guys right now that even 3 years ago, that would have scared the shit out of me. But it excites me. And it makes me emotional now because I've done that work. And I'm proud of myself. And I want you to be proud of yourself in that way too. I want you to earn it. I want you to want it for you. I want you to develop such a sense of self and confidence and mindset and heart and the energy that you do not let anybody knock you off your block because it's possible and it's real and I've done it. I know it. Kelsey, love your electric soul. Thank you, my friend. I love you as well. So when you're going through something and and we feel fear about looking back on it because it becomes almost like this wormhole that we feel like, well, if I look back on it, then I'm going to get stuck there. It doesn't have to go that way. Looking back on it, what are you looking for? How are you looking? What are you looking to get out of it? What are you looking for it to teach you and to grow you? What are you going back there for? Are you going back there to stay stuck? Then that's what you're going to get. Are you going back there to learn and impart wisdom and knowledge on yourself and to look back and go, holy fuck, I did that? Go with intention. Look back with reflection, not rejection. Look back with reflection, not rejection. Because if that's what you go back seeking, then that is what you will get. The universe, I say this to you guys all the time, it responds to yes. Hi, Aaron. Hi, Abby. So if you go back and you say, I'm going back to beat myself up over the head with this, it's going to say, here's your hammer, girl. Boom, 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 boom. If you go back to say, I want to learn, I want to go through the hard stuff, I want to feel the heart-wrenching things that I felt because I wanted to teach me, I wanted to mean something. I wanted to allow me to see that I'm stronger than I ever fucking thought. Better yet, I'm stronger than I thought. I am stronger than that, and I know it, so I'm going there to believe it, to see it, to let myself receive it. Then that's what the universe will give you. Also, as I'm talking to you about having conversations with my family, about speaking out about infertility and my journey and the business that I've built, in the last 6 months, it's blown up for me. My only intention is to go higher. I'm on a rocket ship. I want you guys to be there too. And the opinions of others, they don't mean shit unless you make them mean something. I love my family. I did not go and have a conversation with them about what I was about to do so they could deter me. That's not my intention. Like I said, if you go in search of rejection, that's what you're gonna get. I went there for communication. That's all I went. I wasn't going for someone to impart their opinions on me. I was going there to say, out of love and respect for you, here's what I'm doing because I want you to know. And if you want to celebrate with me, fucking put on a hat, like my Santa hat at the beginning, and fucking dance with me in this moment because I've learned about myself. And oh, by the way, every single person that walks along this journey with you is a part of it. So if their opinion is to deter you and to knock you down, it means something only if you let it mean that. Like I said, my parents were like, could you just maybe, just keep it for yourself? And I was like, sorry, can't do that. Can't do that. I love you, but I can't do that for you because it makes you more comfortable. And I get it. But the other part of it is they wanted to protect me, right? They wanted to keep me safe. Same thing with the other people in my lives where it's like, I'm moving on from this. I'm moving on from this coaching. I'm moving on from this, relationship. It doesn't have to mean anything bad or wrong. It doesn't mean I don't love you. It's just where I'm going. And they were like, oh, I think you might be out of integrity. And my thought was, that's fine. You can think that. Because I'm moving on. That's where I live. In trusting me. Which leads into the next thing. Always do what lights you up. Always do it. Trust it. Be fiercely protective of it. Olivia, I'm obsessed with you forever and ever. I'm obsessed with you forever and ever as well. And I love you. And the end. Olivia, as I was talking about, is my co-host of Soul in the Raw. I love you. And also my resident BFF. So there's that. Always do what lights you up, guys. When I started writing this book, it was a journal prompt. I went into it being like, what am I mad about? What the fuck am I angry about? Because I'm angry about all kinds of things. And I'm not an angry person, but I feel enraged on the inside. And quite frankly, I'm scaring the shit out of me. Scaring me. I don't even know who the fuck I am anymore. Started journaling. Went downstairs, said, Scott, who's my hubs, got 20-some thousand words. He said, maybe you got a book. I was like, I don't write. I'm not a writer. And he goes, well, if you're writing, then you're a writer. And I just repelled it for weeks and weeks and weeks. I was like, oh, stop journaling. And then I started to realize how cathartic it was. And then something popped into my mind. Every single person out there who's struggling with something. Yes, this book is titled Infertility Sucks, You Don't. And my heart goes out to every single person that struggles with infertility, secondary infertility, or miscarriages. But this book is not just for people with infertility. Yes, it's in the title. Yes, it's strewn throughout. But book is for anybody that goes through a struggle. Talk about the 5 stages of grief in this book. Talk about how you can process them. Talk about, because I'm a coach, how do you disrupt a pattern? How do you start to take responsibility for your life? How do you start to see possibility again? You start asking questions to it. What is it I'm mad about? Like I said at the beginning, I was so fucking mad and so enraged, but I didn't really know. I was like, I'm mad at infertility. And then I was like, but what does that even mean? I don't know. Well, of course you do. You're living it. Don't let your fear and your confusion and the hurt and the emotion confuse you. You know. You just haven't sat with it. You haven't gone through it yet. And it's not just about struggles. It's about every facet of your life. This is how mindset, being, energy, heart work. This is how it works. You're stuck in your business. I don't know. Well, of course you do. You're living in it. Of course you do. You just haven't asked the questions yet. You're not having sex anymore? Feeling like you're rejected in your relationship? You know, I don't know what's wrong. I feel like he doesn't like me. I feel like she's like this. I feel like that. Well, of course you do. Of course you know what's going on. You're in the relationship. The book is about taking responsibility for who you are in the presence of your struggle and who you are not. Molly, love you. Shan, so proud of you. Molly, I love you too. I love you so very much. Tosh, welcome. All these people that are jumping on, you guys are giving me all the feels. I'm so emotional. I'm so emotional. I've already cried like 3 times in this training, or in this live. But the book is not just about struggling with infertility. It's about any struggle in your life. It's about taking responsibility for it. It's about seeing and taking super transparency and clarity to yourself. Like I say, or like, I forget who says it. Somebody out there who's witty and knows songs and lyrics, all this shit, chime in right here. Check yourself before you riggedy wreck yourself. That's what this book is about. Check yourself. Know your value. Know your worth. It's what I coach on. It's what I write on. So if you wonder, my beautiful, wonderful, amazing BFF Olivia reminded me yesterday as I was saying this to her, like, holy shit, it's done. I'm talking about like the cost of the book, which is $19.99, by the way, and it's available on Amazon, Kindle, and paperback. I can't believe that! I just said it. What? So excited. We were talking about it yesterday, and Olivia brought up this great point. She was like, people that are not aware of what it's like to coach with you are going to get that in this book for $20. Kathy says BRB heading to Amazon to order. Kathy, it's not available till Monday. I'm just telling you that it's done. So excited. Do you remember those moments where you're like, I'm such a girl? I was like, oh my God, that's how I'm feeling right now. My head's like, you are such a girl right now. And I'm like, dude, I know I'm here for all this drama. I'm so dramatic. So always do what lights you up. What lit me up was having this feeling inside myself as I was struggling through infertility of, I have always known I was meant for great things. I'm so scared to admit that, right? That feeling of like, I've always known that, but I can't admit that. That's egotistical and icky and blah, 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 this fucking shit. So annoying. I'm like, I am annoying my damn self. Always knowing that I was meant to have connection with people. I got that through infertility. I went through a 12-month coaching training program, immersed in it, so I could coach with people because I felt like I wanted it. I felt like I needed it. I got that after I went through my struggle with infertility and realized what the fuck was happening to me. I wrote the book because it lit me up. I became a coach because it lit me up. And I let nobody stop me because it lit me up. Always do what lights you up. There will be moments in your life where the universe, as I said before, it only responds to yes. So there's going to be moments in your life where there are going to be obstacles and rejection and questions and attacks. People attacking you like, who the fuck are you to be so in yourself and be so about yourself and be so confident and be so assured and call yourself an author and write a book and say I'm a coach and make thousands of dollars in less than 6 months by launching a business because you had the audacity to? You're fucking right, I do. And I will continue to. And I will continue to encourage all of you watching to do the very same thing because it lights me the fuck up. And I want you to feel lit up too, like my hat and my snowflakes and the Christmas tree at the very beginning. Always do what lights you up. Always. Because it's going to be the thing that when you have the roadblock or the obstacle that the universe is saying, How bad do you want this? Do you really want it? Are you aware of the responsibility it's going to require of you? Are you aware of the time and the energy it's going to require of you? Are you aware of the honesty it's going to require of you? Are you aware that it's going to require that on the other side of it, you will never be the same? You will be different. But you get to decide what that different looks like. So you can stop now. You can stop now because you're scared. You got all these obstacles and these roadblocks, monetary decisions, people telling you that they're questioning your integrity, people telling you not to do it because they would rather you just stay safe and protected and remain how you are because that's how they know you. Or you could say, I choose to do this because it lights me up. I choose to be different. I choose to say yes and step into the change and all the things that fucking scare the shit out of me because I am audacious and I only get this one life. And it means everything to me. So I'm going to do it. And a lot of people may not like it, but it ain't about them. The other thing is make your own rules. Your own rules. Make your own rules. When I started writing the book, I was like, okay, so if I start writing it now, then when do I need to have it done by? When do I need to publish it? When I told my husband, this is not shade, by the way, this is just conversation. When I told my husband that I was going to have the book be available for purchase on December 24th, he was like, why? It's the holiday and people aren't going to be on Amazon and people are going to be done shopping and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, feels right. As I was talking to you earlier about my human design, one of the things about my human design is when something says, to me, and it continues to say, and it's in my heart and it feels right and I can have a moment of pause and still come back to it and go, that's fucking right. Yeah, I'm doing this. Then I follow through on it. Same thing happened to me with Shadow Work Academy. Same thing happened to me when I invested $17,000 to go through a 12-month coach training program. You're damn right. I'm doing this shit. Kathy, 1224 is a gift to you to put this in the universe. Yes. Plus, I just love Christmas. And so it's something to me that once it's available this time of year, it means something to me. Not everybody needs to understand. Right? So I made my own rules. I had an editor who edited the book for me. Trisha, I love all of this. Trisha, I love you. You know I love you too. Tasha, that's what I thought. You thought what? You thought 1224 is weird? You thought 1224 was great? What do you think, girl? Give me the truth. I can take it. But I had an editor who helped me edit the book twice. And every single time, Tosh, Christmas is your fave. Well, yeah, girl, that's right. See, because you know me. My husband, you guys, little side note, he's an entrepreneur as well. And so he has all of these like figures and statistics about like the internet because he has a brick and mortar, but he also sells things online. He has an apparel business called 704. I'm wearing it. This is not product placement. This just happened to be what I have on my body this day. But anywho, he runs in a very logical, male-oriented, masculine energy way, which is like facts and figures and logic. And I was like, boo-boo, it ain't about logic. This is about my feelings, right? This is about what feels right. Olivia, I love Scott Wooten. I love him too. This isn't shade. It's just like the facts is the facts. You know what I mean? So make your own rules. My editor was like, oh, you should really have, certain number of contents and footnotes and all these things. And I was like, I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm not doing that. This is what I want to have happen. The book is going to be able to be read. The book is going to be able to be purchased. And that's what I want. I don't want to have it be so structure oriented. I just wanted it to be what I wanted it to be. And that's the fuck how it is. Make your own rules because it's going to reinforce the thing that lights you up. I'm doing it my way. It feels organic because when it doesn't feel organic and it feels forced, then we fall out. Our energy falls out. Our mindset falls out. When it feels like you're pushing into somebody else's structure of your life, how many of you, show of hands, emojis, comment below, how many of you are like, I hate this? Because it feels like you're trying to put a circle where a square should be. You're trying to follow somebody else's version of you. Somebody else's rule. Robert's Rules of Order. If you don't know what they are, go Google those. That's what it feels like. Justina, then it just feels icky. Justina, are we soulmates? Because icky is one of my favorite words. I love it so very much. Yes, it doesn't feel right. It just feels like, ugh, how many of you have purchased the training and the way that the trainer is speaking to you, it's not about them. It just doesn't speak to you. Their format doesn't speak to you. So then all of a sudden you're like, I'm not going to pay attention to this. And then before you know it, you've missed the whole training. You're just not in it because it's not for you, and that's okay. Make your own rules. Justina, be organic, raw, authentic, be you. Yes, beautiful. And the last thing, I love you guys, this has gone a lot longer than I thought, but thanks for hanging in there with me, is enjoy it. Allow it to be fun. So often when we set out to do programs and create things, we're working against a timeline or a release date. I never do that. I start working on it and then I create the release date. I never am like, ooh, here's when it's going to come out. Look for it. I'm like, I'm a creative being, so I like to be more in my flow. There will be structure associated with it because I'm a type A personality. That's just how I look. But I never ever release something and like, ooh, stay tuned, it's coming this date without it being done. I don't like that. That's not how I work. So enjoy it. Allow it to be fun. But also a part of the fun can be do it scared, right? Allowing yourself to enjoy it is allowing to go into it, go, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. None. When I started writing a book, Justina says that's what I do too. Work on it, then decide when to release it. Yeah, it just feels right for me. It feels like that is what works for me. But when I started writing a book, when I started creating Shadow Work Academy, when I started my coach training program, I never ever walked into it being like, oh, this is exactly how it's going to go. Particularly with my coach training program, there was no structured, no rubric, no here's your steps of how 12 months is going to play out. I had to trust. That was a huge fucking lesson for me. Like, it wasn't like going into your master's program or your undergrad program or even school where you have like a set curricula of what's going to occur. It was like, you have to trust what's going to occur. And I was like, the fuck? For $17,000, I gotta trust you? I never even met any of you. But then I was like, something feels right. And so I did. And I'm a fucking amazing coach. I believe it. Same thing with Shadow Work Academy. I was like, I have no idea how this is going to go. I have no idea who's going to sign up for this. I had an idea in mind of what I wanted. No guarantee, right? And then it took, like I said, 60 days of obstacle after thing where it was just like, fuck, what is going on? And then before I knew it, it was all done and it was being launched. I was scared because I was like, this is going to go on forever. This is going to go on forever. It'll never be launched. But I was committed to the fact that it was, even if it took for fucking ever. Same thing with my book. 2 years? 2 years of a commitment is a long time. Some relationships don't even last that long. Some hair colors don't last that long. Just saying. But I decided going into it that, Trisha, I fucking love that so much. 17 and I have to trust people felt the same way. Yeah, it teaches you how to trust yourself when you allow yourself to have fun. People don't think about it that way. You're like, I'm going to have fun. Everybody loves fun. But when you go into something, there's no guarantee that it's going to turn out that way. How many times have you went into a vacation and then all of a sudden it like rained for 3 days? You're like, this shit is the fucking worst. But you don't not plan the vacation. You go because the intention is it's going to be great. Gonna have a great time. Right? Same thing with the book. I have no idea how people are going to receive this. But everybody calls it their why. I like to call it my purpose, my connection, my energy around it, is that always the energetic flow that was always coming through me was that this is bigger than you. This is something that you need to share because it's bigger than you and it needs a dialogue and it needs someone to shake things up and say, hey, guess what? There's a different side of this. Justina, you're freaking amazing. Thank you so much. There's a different side of this. And the side of this is that there's always a choice. And you're not a quitter if you say, I'm no longer in alignment with something anymore. You're not a struggle that you're in just because it feels like it's all about you or you've done something wrong. It gets to be fun, and a part of the fun is not knowing what's going to happen. I had no idea going into our struggle with infertility that I was going to write a fucking book. I mean, the outcome was, I'll have a baby. Don't have a baby. Got this tattoo, infertility awareness, and now I have a book. And it scares the shit out of me because I don't know what you guys are going to think. I don't know if you're even going to like it, but I feel in my heart of hearts that it was for a reason, and the reason is it's bigger than me. I think sometimes about, I have a niece, and what if she has to walk this path someday? What if she has to walk this path in this journey? I don't want her to feel alone. Tosh, we are watching, and Jay says, hi. Hi, Jalen. Merry Christmas, buddy. So I don't want anybody to have to walk a path alone. It's always your path. It's always whatever you make of it. I'm not dictating a path. I'm giving the opportunity to own who you're being in it. I'm giving you the opportunity to reflect to yourself the questions that maybe you're not asking yourself because you feel buried under the mire of the situation. You feel like it's bigger than you, but you're bigger than it. I promise you that. You are bigger than whatever struggle you are going through. However you are questioning yourself, however you are doubting yourself, whatever perceptions you think that are out there in the world about you, you're bigger than them. But if you choose to allow them to be bigger than you, then that's what's going to happen. So I'm so excited about this, guys. My big, huge announcement, just feel like I needed to do that, is that Infertility Sucks You Don't is done. After 2 years, there's nothing left to write. There's not one more thing left to edit. And my heart is so full. And I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to share it with you guys. And it's surreal. And it's bittersweet. And I hope that you love it and you find value in it. And that whatever your struggle is, like I said, it's not just infertility. It's for anybody going through anything. It gives you the opportunity to award yourself the gift to see yourself, who you're being about it and who you're not being about it. Tasha, yes, bitch, I'm so happy for you. Fucking love you, Tosh. So thank you guys for hopping on today. I hope you found the little nuggets that I shared with you along my journey useful. I hope that you find something in it for yourself. As I always say, I'm never preaching to you about what you need to do. I want to share with you so you can find something in it for you. Take it away for you. Apply it to yourself. See where it matches up or not. See where you're out of alignment with your biggest, audacious, most, I am living the life I want to fucking live. I don't care if anybody likes it or not, self. Because there's someone out there who roots for you and is cheering for you and stands for you to be that person. Hi, it's me. Hi, I love you. All right, guys, I love you so damn much. Like I said at the beginning, whatever it is you're celebrating this time of year, happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, happy whatever, Merry Christmas to your asses. I love you all so much. Have a fantastic holiday. Be safe and be good to yourself for fuck's sake. And once the book is live, you know I'll be posting the link so you can go and purchase it. If you feel that somebody could benefit from listening to this live today, please share it with them. If there's any piece or part of it that you feel is beneficial, please share it, whether it's to your page or personally to them or tag them below. I love you. I'm appreciative for it. If you have any questions about coaching one-on-one with me, I am opening up 3 one-on-one coaching spots for 2019. This is brand new. I'm super excited. Message me directly. We can talk about next steps. And if you have any questions, always direct message me if you feel more comfortable doing that as well. And go buy the book. I'm just going to say it. Go buy the book. I think it's really fucking great. I'm super excited about it. Merry Christmas. I love you. Be good to yourself for fuck's sake. And I'll talk to you soon. Peace. Bye.